No one can deny that dinosaurs are scary. Still, it's sad how modern films have failed in adapting this terror, opting instead to just show 15 scenes of Chris Pratt being very handsome and hot. Nothing against Tasty Man, however, I miss this unexplored element in the movies. Well, being the unoccupied person that I am, I set out on a big quest that about 5 minutes to find out the scariest dinosaur content. And I found it. Like any good horror series, the first recording opens in a quality so good that it makes my camera look decent. This first quote tape is a report about some accident with no specific name, simply titled with these random numbers. The company responsible for this is called IGN, easily one of the most basic corporate names I have ever seen, second only to Apple. Next, we continue with a PowerPoint presentation, something of course very generous for the victims. Seriously, imagine being turned into a chipotle by, I don't know, Komonosaurus Dicosaurus and ending up in a movie maker slideshow. Regardless, we see the before and after photos of all the unfortunates. Fortunately, censorship is present in the body, but there are these drawings that depict what the attacks were like. The first guy seems to have been the luckiest, still keeping all his limbs attached to his body. I can't say the same for our next little friend who lost his left leg. But wait, it gets worse, because the third Jurassic lunchbox was jealous of the first one and decided not only to lose both legs, but his thorax was completely devoured. Now to finish off the not so fantastic Four, this handsome young man seems to have suffered the worst fate because the censorship blocks basically the entire screen. Even so, as if showing all these tragic endings wasn't sufficient, the video ends by saying,
"Remember, where there are dinosaurs, there is danger. They will hunt you. They will hurt you. They will kill you."
Well, my friends, say goodbye to your Chris Pratt plushies, because here the diets of the dinosaurs are not limited only to sweet potatoes and chicken. The second video is called Encounter at Engine Sector 29 and begins showing some scattered cameras. Suddenly an emergency alert sounds, and from what we know until now, it can't be something good.
Warning. An unidentified number of velociraptors have been located in the south lowlands of Sector 29B.
Of all the available dinosaurs, of course, it had to be the Velociraptors, known for the slow speed of only 14 kilometers per hour. So I hope that you have a car, because if not, see you in heaven, my friend. Continuing, the narrator adds that IGN's special forces are already being mobilized with large and dangerous weapons. This concludes the warning message, and we return to the night vision cameras. However, this time they are not so empty. Look at that cute little creature. It doesn't even look that it's going to treat your arm like a Snickers bar. This privileged view doesn't last long, and our sense of security is completely taken away when we are put in the shoes of some unlucky person walking through the facility. It's completely dark and only the chirping of the crickets can be heard. But of course, it doesn't take long for something to happen. I think they saw me. Yeah, another one for the Jurassic fast food list. Including this last one, we can confirm at least 5 deaths because of poor management or security at IGN. So, how come there hasn't been an investigation of this place already? Don't worry, because this question will be answered in the third video called Code to Hammond Security Tape. First of all, the video title refers to John Hammond, the CEO of IGN in the first films of the franchise. He has never been portrayed in a good light, and in this series his reputation is also highly questionable. First, the video begins by showing an introductory recording for the park. Basically he says, "Come to my park and I guarantee that you won't get eaten, haha." I think he was lying. Anyway, out of nowhere an InGen warning appears on the screen. Warning: only those with senior operations clearance or higher are authorized to view this recorded material. If you are not in this position, return the tape to a manager or superior immediately. The reason for all these requirements just to view a tape isn't particularly complicated. Welcome to IGN's guide to dealing with loss of life in the park. And if the title already seems a little suspicious, my friend, it's because you haven't seen the entire thing. First, this code manual is separated into 5 key steps which form its abbreviation. Number 1. Stop any further loss of life. Number 2. Isolate all witnesses. Number 3. Non-disclosure agreement. Number 4. Disregard evidence. Number 5. Hand it over and forget it. First of all, this non-disclosure agreement is a legal contract where you promise not to leak any confidential or sensitive information. Now, combine that with the beautiful number 4 about disregarding evidence and you have already solved the riddle, right? That's why no investigation is underway yet, because IGN simply does everything it can to bury the criminal cases. To give you guys an idea, in the explanation from the step 3, aside from all that legal text and etc., we have this text right here. Witnesses expect some compensation for their troubles. Remember, don't be afraid to spend money. Also, that thing about disregarding everything seems just about hiding the tapes or something, but also burning everything that leads to the case. However, the worst of them all is step 5, which as we know is called hand it over and forget it. And literally that's what you should do. Hand over the information for the masterminds of InGen and forget all about this. Man, what a wonderful thing. In just 1 minute, IGN looked at the labor laws and laws in general and decided to give a huge middle finger. All of this led by this friendly old man who you can be sure is wiping his ass with golden toilet paper. Anyway, my envy of John's clean ass aside, we cut back to the main recording, now seeing a communication between 2 employees. In short, Jack Webb has found a problem in the cage of our beloved T-Rex cage. It doesn't seem to be closing properly, perhaps because of a malfunction in the engine. The dispatcher also confirms that something is wrong with the gate and writes a long ass text explaining to Jack how to proceed. Even so, the gate remains faulty and actually makes Jack's situation even worse because now a loud and buzzing noise begins to play. Jack maintains his posture and remains waiting for a technician to arrive and see the gate. Speaking of him, we see the view from the front of his car traveling through the vast forest surrounding the IGN facility. And here this series does something very interesting. Intercutting with the technician's journey, we are introduced to this heart rate monitor of the T-Rex itself. It starts out very calm at 15. Then a message appears saying that the food distributor's repair has been completed. This repair was probably the main reason for Jack's trip, because right after another message appears talking about that buzzing noise from the gate. Note the clear increase in Big T's heart rate, and I assure you that it is not a good sign, because when the technician finally arrives his heart rate has already reached 35. At this point, one thing is for certain, he starts hunting. Oh my god, get out of here, old man. Unfortunately, we are certain that at least the technician was a victim of the attack. And I wouldn't doubt that Jack was also attacked shortly afterward. With this, Indian's reputation is already quite clear. They are a corrupt company concerned only with their own profits. In other words, they are literally like every other big corporation. In the penultimate video, we have the title Sonora and some sort of code. It begins by showing this very cool overhead view of one of the park's many cages. These camera points also serve as an alert, and we are notified that a sound has been detected in the camera 2CB. The sound becomes even more worrying when we remember that the camera 2CB is supposedly out of the cage, and our worst fears are soon confirmed. There was a break-in at the Carnotaurus enclosure 2 nights ago. The enclosure appeared to be inactive for exactly 10 minutes with no signs of damage. Fortunately, our dinosaur didn't escape. We have reason to believe this was intentional. Finally, the unknown voice from beyond concludes by saying that a camera was found alongside human remains. And it goes on to show the content of the camera. Today I was given a paper about Sonora or Carnotaurus. Indian wants to euthanize her due to health and safety concerns in about a week, as she has been showing signs of extreme aggression. The unknown owner of the tape explains more about her aggression. He describes an accident in which the dinosaur allegedly collided ferociously with a crane. His friend who was on the crane was launched and seriously injured. However, this person still wants to try to avoid the execution of the animal and decides to try to change its diet. It's not said exactly what they changed, but hey, from what we know about Indian so far, I won't be surprised if they threw 3 janitors in there. Sonora seems to enjoy the food, but her stress levels remain high. Now I know it's sad, but in my opinion it would just be better to pack up the animal and have a barbecue. Anyway, we see the vision of this employee going to check on Sonora. Those 3 noises weren't for nothing, and we see the result in the next slide. At this point, there's really not much to do, so much so that our character is the only one taking care of Sonora. And that would be a very important detail, because when he goes to check his locker, a mysterious letter with no return address seems to give him some very specific orders. An opportunity. You will be alone tomorrow for most of the night after the dinosaur is sedated. Promptly at 3:15, turn off the power to the enclosure. Now you have 10 minutes to enter the fence and use the syringe to take a tissue sample. You will be rewarded with a large payment. Now I don't know about you guys, but there is no money in the world that would make me enter a dinosaur cage just to give him a good old syringe. Sadly, this thought seems to be only mine, because we see the character entering the cage. Above all, it seems someone wasn't properly sedated. Thus, we arrive at the last video, Nocturnal Asset, and a lot of numbers again. We open with a chaotic scene, listening to an emergency call made by a desperate man. He mentions a supposed attack, but before he can confirm the location, the phone hangs up. Even so, rescuers manage to save 1 injured person, and we cut to the medical report. I know it's a lot of text, it's more than 2 lines, so to sum up this whole mess, besides the many injuries, the most important thing thing is written at the end. No dinosaur in the park has this bite pattern. We will need to analyze it further. They even draw a picture of what the creature's supposed food looked like based on the limited evidence. Then, for a brief moment, we see this panel depicting the dinosaurs of the Iguanodon species under conditions. Everything seems normal when suddenly one of the animals, nicknamed 004, enters a stage of distress. Keep that detail in mind because we will come back to it soon. For now, we are taken to a medical room and a man appears to be talking about that accident. However, as he repeats what we already know, a computer screen shows someone searching for dinosaurs with similar symptoms. It's also here that we see the fate of that poor Iguanodon killed by an equally unknown bite. Back at the computer, the search results shows 3 species, one of which strangely has no name and just look like a bunch of random letters. Now we will see the only cameras that capture this mysterious dinosaur, and yes, the quality is pretty poopy, so pay attention. As I said, besides the camera itself, the fact that it is completely dark doesn't help either. However, it is possible to see some white dots which could be the creatures themselves. The first theory of InGen is that it could be a young Dilophosaurus considering the venom sample acquired. Then we are introduced to the motion sensor tracking system, a machine that does exactly what it says. It is depicted in this overhead view, and from what we can see, several suspicious activities were captured shortly before the attack on the Iguanodon. Judging by the various dots, it wouldn't be unreasonable to think that it is a group or a pack of these creatures. Suddenly the video changes and we are warned that the following content should only be viewed by members with level 4 access. Well, I don't have level 4 access, but I am curious. Similarly, we're still observing everything from a privileged angle, but the structure looks different. Even more frighteningly, for a few frames the screen flashes rapidly, revealing 2 red markings, which, as we already know, indicates the death of something. And that something in this case isn't a dinosaur, because soon we are in a person's view walking through a place extremely similar to the one we just saw. Slowly he reaches the end of this long corridor, entering a room and discovering the body of some worker, but he doesn't have much time to think about it. The creature's screams are agonizing, revealing that it knows about our character, and it doesn't take long for it to attack. First of all, I know this isn't exactly the most terrifying of jump scares. However, the suspense building to that point is of course worthy of applause. Anyway, with that we conclude the CD Jurassic tapes. For starters, at least in the few beginning episodes, we don't have much of a linear narrative. We are kind of just uncovering gradually the corruption of IGN. Honestly, I really like it because it manages to capture the horror present in the Jurassic Park novels. Anyway, thank you for watching, subscribe to my channel and of course the channel of the creators. And remember, worse than working with killer dinosaurs is to endure 1 week as a McDonald's cashier.